Hi, my name is Bambi de la Garza. My weekly assignment, I picked the topic of World War II. I went through the internet and I Googled World War II, and I saw that World War II lasted from 1939 to 1945, and it was a vast majority of world countries that were involved in the war. I searched it up, I looked at a timeline. I saw in August 1939, Hitler and the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin signed a German Soviet non aggression pact, and Hitler had long planned for an invasion of Poland. And that nation, Great Britain and France, had guaranteed military support if Germany ever attacked Poland. So, Great Britain and France joined against Germany because they attacked Poland. Um, the pact with Stalin had meant Hitler would not face war on two fronts once he invaded Poland, and would have Soviet assistance in conquering and dividing the nation. And then I looked up further down the timeline, and I saw September 1st, 1939, the German troops had invaded Poland from the west, and 2 days later, France and Britain declared war on Germany, beginning of World War II. In 17 in September 17th of 1939, Soviet troops invaded Poland from the east, and Poland ended up falling real quick. Then further along in the timeline, I searched up more on Google and Chrome and saw that in April 9th, 1940, Germany simultaneously invaded Norway and occupied Denmark. A month later, in May 10th, Germany forces swept through Belgium and Netherlands and became known as the Lightning War. Hitler's troops crossed the river and struck French forces at Sedan. Germany broke the line. The British expeditionary forces were then evacuated by sea. And a month later, again in June, Italy had formed an alliance with Hitler as the Steel Pact, and they declared war against France and Britain. Royal Air Force eventually defeated the German Air Force in the Battle of Britain, and Hitler postponed a plan to invade. Prime Minister Winston Churchill then began receiving crucial aid from the U.S., and it was because of the Lend-Lease Act passed by Congress in early 1941. In June 22nd, Hitler ordered an invasion of the Soviet Union. And then in December 7th, 1941, is a very memorable day for the U.S. because 316 Japanese aircrafts attacked the major U.S. naval base known as Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Americans completely by surprise and claiming more than 2,300 troop lives. The attack of Pearl Harbor served to unify America in favoring of entering World War II. And then on December 8th, Congress declared war on Japan with one dissenting vote. Germany and the other Axis powers promptly declared war against the United States. On June 6, 1944, we celebrate D-Day. The Allies began massive invasions of Europe, landing 156,000 soldiers. British, Canadian, and American soldiers on the beaches of Normandy. Come December 1944 and January 1945, they had the Battle of the Bulge, the last major German offense war. And I searched up that an intensive aerial bombardment in February 1945 preceded the Allied land invasion of Germany, and by that time Germany formally surrendered on May 8th. Hitler was already dead, having committed suicide on April 30th in the Berlin bunker. And at the end of my search through the timeline, I saw that World War II ended around 1945, and the Potsdam Conference of July-August 1945, U.S. President Harry Truman and Churchill and Stalin discussed the ongoing war with Japan and as well as a peace settlement with Germany. That was the end of the timeline that I looked up. I tried searching more to see more information. I learned a lot Googling and searching for World War II and looking up all the information I needed to find to follow a timeline on what happened and how World War II began and how World War II ended. Thank you very much, and this was my weekly one assignment. Thank you.